inquiring. Yeah. And we don't ask that others will have to be different. Yeah. So sometimes we have to close that so that we can give ourselves an opportunity to keep going. So we just keep on accumulating. Yeah. But because of that condition and us is so close already, so thick, continuing that journey within without giving ourselves that it's so deep there, the connection is so deep there. So we need to just temporarily close it. Yeah. Close it. So don't be attached to that we are on this journey. We've been on the journey for so long, but that still happens. Don't worry about that. Yeah, we just need to know that sometimes that our journey, to allow us to have on this journey to learn, but don't allow that feeling to control our path. Yeah. So sometimes we need to temporarily close it. It doesn't mean that we are going to stop accumulating balanced merits and good merits. We just need to borrow another situation. Yeah. Because in reality, it still comes from us. Yeah. Maybe we have accumulated or acquired many bad seeds here. And so we need conditions to come and activate those seeds. But if it's so much that we can't handle it, we temporarily close it so that we can take lessons from somewhere else and accumulate or acquire. Accumulate merits. Yeah, the good merits and the balanced merits, so that will disperse. Yeah, so that we can handle. Yeah, so we can accumulate good balanced merits, because that will make it disperse it, disintegrate, decompose, ban. So some where I try to undo the knot in some with some conditions, some connections, and Paul says we cannot. Yeah. So I have to return and see, what are my choices? And so I choose again. And I have to continue to build on my cognition. And those that had come, and I want to undo the knots with the connections. Yeah. So people are saying, well, you need to accumulate enough, and then you can undo. You cannot just undo. Yeah. But Paul says you cannot undo the pictures, the image in your mind, but we can make it go away. Yeah. We can let it be saturated or disintegrate, like I said, decompose. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So two ways of dealing with the connection is so deep that is keep on bringing up the bad seeds. One is through the human natures, through our differentiation and analytical and analyzing ability. But sometimes another way is to receive it with our inner being and accumulate balanced merits. Balanced merits will help pictures to go away. Yeah, to not go away, to decompose, to what's the word? Can someone find me a word that is dan, as in to dissolve. Yeah, to dissolve. We actually cannot undo the picture, but with balanced merits, it will help it to dissolve the picture. Yeah. So the lady says, I want to. Yeah, I try to unknot it, but the teacher says, but Kufun says, no, don't inquire like that. Change your inquiry, because you want to undo, you cannot undo. You can't be attached to it. You can't just keep on being attached to that. But if you keep trying to undo it, then it won't work. So balance merits to help it to dissolve, the picture to dissolve. I see the good things that they bring us. I see the good things that they bring me. But and I see in their life, in my life, I see the good things that they bring. But the negative things are still there. The bad things that are still there. And I see that's causing a lot of bad merits, as in sowing bad seeds. So yeah. So I try not to have the interactions with this connection. Yeah, but over time, it's still there. So Paul says the only thing that we can do now is to accumulate more balanced merits. Yeah, so can you clarify with me? Negative is undesirable. Yeah. So here, so negative. All right. Finally, negative. In this situation, we can only have one thing to do, and that is to accumulate balanced merits. Good, balanced merits. What is it? Positive. Yeah. This person is have done a lot of learning already. Yeah. First, change your inquiry. Second, place yourself in an environment. Only when we have enough balanced merits can the picture be dissolved. The more you try to undo the knots, the more you are stuck, because you have to see the picture and then wanting to undo. So some people, some people do this work undesirable. Yeah, so all day long they shoulder the work. Yeah. Yeah. So all day, all night, 24/7. So they will shoulder the work. And until they have accumulated enough balanced merits for the picture to dissolve. Not undesirable and not undesirable. And not desirable. Yeah. So I do my best to, and then I I do my best to accumulate. Sometimes when I return back to, I still have the negative outcome. And God says that that's a very normal thing that can happen. Yeah. Not one person out there is without. Yeah, because in our lives we have positive and negative frequencies, and so if not one thick person, then there'll be a lot of thin as in connections that aren't with the connections. So a lot of thins or one thick. Yeah, and so we just go back with that state. Determine, and diligently collect, accumulate the good merits and the balanced merits. So I'd like to share my situation here. I have back then I didn't think about the intention. We have to set the intention. Yeah, that we have that set intention that So when we return, we see that the image hasn't dissolved, then after my meditation, I learned this state, which is the state of receiving. Yeah, the receiving. So when we're sitting meditating, then a lot of states come about, and I could sit for 4 hours. Some states are so painful to the end of life. Yeah, but over that, I realized there are undesirable circumstances that come. I can receive it, and I can overcome it or rise above it. So when I return back to my normal life, I realized that with all the undesirable things that came, and that what we yielded in our past lives, it will not stop. Yeah, but sometimes it still comes with an uncomfortable state, and it doesn't go away. So it still comes, and it's uncomfortable. But over the 10 days, I realized I learned a way not to react to it. And the second is our concepts, and we don't say more to add more negative seeds into our cognition here. So and the one that I lose sleep over is the I want it to be different, but we receiving that it comes. That I realize, there are some lessons that we can overcome in this lifetime. Yes. Sometimes we just can't overcome yet. So all of it, we just receive. And when we receive, then the picture dissolves really quickly. And sometimes our kids say things that aren't very pleasant to the mother, but we're just here. We're just here, and we receive it. Then through that, I learn a way to live together with all the undesirable outcome. And from that, I can move myself over to the balance. And from balance, I can be positive. And that's going over for a long time. For me, 10 years. Yeah. Otherwise, naturally, when we receive something, when we're uncomfortable, we'll have to express it straight away. And so so this is my sharing. That people can. So what I've realized is when I'm not unwell, when that comes, it's hard, but we can get over that pain. Just like running 21K or squatting. Yesterday I did 30 squats. And I realized that we have to overcome we have to experience the pain, and so that we can accept the pain of the mental pain, the spiritual pain. And so we have an intention that can we change it? Then we realize, we can receive it. And so we have to really practice it in our life, and we place that intention that we can overcome it. And for now we can receive it, and from that we can always extract a lesson from it. Thank you everyone for listening. I just wanted to have my input here, that I see people all around me, that people want to rise above it and I can hear my voice. So another person wants to share. So from this condition, the connections with people, I don't have the concept of blame and resentment, and I appreciate and have gratitude for all the connections that come to me. So Paul has written here, know and receive. Know and receive with condition or without connections. Yeah. So we yeah. So sometimes I cut the connection, and sometimes for a long time I don't see them. And when I reflect on my emotions, and then sometimes it comes up. Yeah. So Paul says, if it comes up, just receive it. Yeah. Don't allow. So when it comes up, then just receive it. Yeah. Just know it and receive it. We're talking about the garden of the inner being. So a garden, then there's a lot of weeds and that we want our garden to have flowers and to bloom. And so we have. So instead of sitting there talking about all the negative, all the weeds, and I keep myself busy. Today I do this, and tomorrow I do my calligraphy, and I keep myself busy. And so so that I can direct my life, and I'm diligently build my garden. And so eventually, when my garden is filled with flowers and beautiful trees, then all the weeds will disappear. Yeah. And if I don't, then we get rid of it, and then it will still return because our garden has no flowers. We haven't planted flowers and plants. So it doesn't stop at the good merits and balanced merits, but I do more of all the wonderful happy moments. So someone says, hey, your garden have a lot of beautiful flowers already, but so and in this situation here, that we just need to know, So right now we have a way to do it is to accumulate, to create good merits. But the situation is people need to have balanced merits in order to clear the picture. And so here, first we have to have inner peace. First we have to have inner peace. And then secondly, we have to proactively create balanced merits. We need balanced merits, and this is why we need to become the specialist in the inner being. It's not. We need to do. We want to collect donations but at least 100,000. From that work we can collect the balanced merits, and from that we can be clear-headed to choose. If we only have good merits, then it's not enough. We need balanced merits for the picture to dissolve. So many people. So people still go looking. There's many situations with like Chị Quỳnh Hoa's situation. The most important we need to do here is the balanced merits. We know very clearly that when we have balanced merits, then we can, when we have enough balanced merits, then we can do that. We're just dropping the pictures, the mental image. So when we have the concept, the awareness that people are not problems, and that's level 1 wisdom. But level 3 wisdom is that inner emptiness, when we only see it as it is. We don't see anything, no meaning to it. That is when we can receive it. So in the story of Chị Quỳnh Hoa, just to resolve to this is we have many ways to deal with it. Meditate with Ho'oponopono, and the meditation with and so people can come to that enlightenment where they can understand apart from the positive and negative polarities that's controlling people's life, we also have what is the inner truth. The inner truth of knowing that we are seeing, knowing that we are knowing that we are hearing, knowing that we are talking. That helps us to dissolve the image in our head. Yeah. So throughout our work, throughout our help with others, that we accumulate those merits. Yeah. Are we able to do it? Are we able to do it 10,000 times? We say that we've done it many times. What is this many times when we are unable to dissolve our picture, our mind image? Yeah. Have we done enough? Have we done enough? We have to establish, we have to agree that we haven't done enough. Yeah. So that, yeah, there are moments that is still attached to us. Yeah. That in our inner being still has a lot of attachment. But people have already taught us the way. There is the way. Will you do it? If you want it, just do it. That's the road. Yeah. So accumulate good merits and balanced merits, and it's not enough, then we just do more. We just do more balanced merits. Yeah. The most valuable thing is people can live with that inner truth of themselves. Yeah. So when we it's not just opening the classes, but it's but when we know what we are looking for is that state of balance, staying with our inner truth. It's when people have the balanced merits. Yeah, we can look at, there's so many classes and so many courses out there, but the wisdom teachers have already taught us the most valuable thing for human is our inner truth. And another thing that we need to know is the law of the inner truth. That when we are talking, we know we are talking. When we are hearing, we know that we are hearing. When we are seeing, we know that we are seeing. When we are talking, we know that we are talking. And when we are knowing, we know that we are knowing. Yep, it is level 3 wisdom. And following that, we will cycle. When is it to do 1 and when is it to do 2? Yeah. So when we have tolerance with others, that's level 2 and level 1. Yeah. But with really deeply connected connections, yeah, then we need to have a huge amount of balanced merits. Yeah. When our balance when our balanced merits is not enough, then we can still see. We will see the negatives in our lives. Yeah. So we know then to accumulate more merits. Yeah. With balanced merits, our pictures will be dissolved. Yeah. So we don't have to try hard. We just need to be consistent. We need to be persistent. We need to be diligent. Yeah. What does diligent mean? That we can collect over time. Yeah. So when we have enough, we will have our realizations. We will naturally dissolve our own picture. So sometimes, like today, we have 99% already. We might just need that 1%. And that 1% isn't to do more, but it's that to do right. The right. Yeah. And that is to receive, to know and receive. Yeah, and that's why we have the segment of energetic structure. Yeah, so that is that is the most valuable that everyone needs to receive and everyone needs to return to. But only because we live by our human nature and our emotion. That's why we're so attached. We try so hard with so much effort to go and solve it, to clear it, to handle it. But we cannot, because we still have that inner truth from deep within us. We have the inner truth. that is behind 84,000 emotions and our 16 human natures. It is hidden there. Yeah, the law of the inner truth is distracting us here. Yeah, but for how long we don't know. But enough, it would just naturally dissolve. Yeah, and so we can't just push it, and we can't even something that's overflowing. We can't even get a band-aid to put on it. Yeah. Yeah, so we don't hide it away either. But sometimes it gets a little bit too painful. Yeah, that we need to. Well, it's really infected. Then we need to still clean it, right? But inside of us, we have a natural way to dissolve it, and that is the balanced merits. Yeah. Yeah, and it can dissolve even on our physical body. Yeah, that is why it is precious. Yeah, that's the precious part of it. But for so many years, people go looking for it, but we don't have to look for it. There's a jewel in the house. We don't have to find it. We just have to activate it. We just have to accumulate. Yeah. So we already have the diagram. If you want to, go learn it and share it. And always creating value. At any time, open your mouth and share it. Yeah. So within this situation, there are a lot of situations like this, and it has a lot of ways to resolve it. But all will come back to one, and it comes back to the inner truth within us. So Tihuana's situation, I know that many people fall into, but I feel sorry, and it's not nice to say, but that's but it doesn't last forever, only for a little bit of time. Yeah, it is in us, and we have balanced merits. That's why the understanding the inner being is so precious, and it's not only precious because we can solve our problems, but to apply it to our whole life. Yeah, so it heads us to the right direction. Yeah, that when we're not, if we are still too busy looking for money, looking for other things, then how do we receive what's inside us? That we have the inner truth within us. Yeah, so in this situation, be stronger and activate our awareness, receive, and go to inner peace. Create balanced merits. Yes, I realized that that we haven't been honest with ourselves, that we are not completely at peace. That in the house there are jewels, jewels. We can stop looking. Cắt cảnh vô tâm chớ ngoặt ngồi thiền. Okay, so we take one more sharing, and we're going to go into the room so we can help each other heal, okay? So, ask you for one more share. Right. Thank you, Go. Thank you for allowing me to speak. So after you've explained it to us, I recognize that precious gift. And we return everything is a formula. But how do we have the situations we can receive it? And that's the important part. And I see that we can not, that we can change, so we can, so when there is an adversity, a moment of adversity, that we can activate our awareness. And so when so Mr. Will doesn't have to come. So that when we can't have what we want, then we go back and accumulate, so that we can accumulate the good thoughts concepts, so that we can head ourselves towards balance and towards positive. When we truly believe in this work and we start to share it, and when we share it and receiving it, that's when we have the lessons and impression and realization. In the process that we share this work, the first thing that we will receive is that we will receive, and then we will be the first person to receive this. And the first person to receive this in the truth is us. But if in the first instance we haven't been able to, if we are not able to receive it, then we know that it comes from our mental image. And then and eventually that we keep accumulating and sharing, and eventually it becomes our own. So and that we recognize that we haven't received the inner emptiness, then we just keep on accumulating and sharing, keep on accumulating and sharing until one day we wake up to it. Thank you, Go, for So the karma of each person is through our thinking and action. So each person at this point have a different awareness. Okay, everyone? That we have, that each person has that reception. The nature of reception. That each person at this point here have a different awareness. And because we are unable to have control over it, that's when our seeds of the past still come up, our karma still come up. And so, and in a class like this, we can see all the seeds that come up from everyone. And no one has that problem, because we have one awareness that at that time, that's the awareness of each person. Not that they are intentionally not understand, but during that time, that is the awareness. Awareness one. So that they may know that at that time it's not wise yet, because we may know it, but it's not set yet. And so we may know it, but we still have questions. We're not completely trusting in it. But they teach. But all we know is that, they are teaching us like that. So, our job is to then, how do we activate that in each house? Because the reality is, when we help others, then we are helping ourselves. So, you've reminded me of one thing, is that we are not finished with this formula yet. So we're going to turn back. So we're going to turn back to this, is that in our house we have the jewels already, we don't have to look for. And inside us we have the inner truth that is always there. If we look for it, we think about it, then that is our thinking, our human nature, but we let go of that, then we'll recognize that we have that inner truth, the will to hear, the will to see, the will to talk, and the will to know. So it's just know and receive with inner peace. If we still want to go and solve something, then that's because we're still attached to the emotion and to the human natures. We're going to the inner being where we let go. And that's where we just know that we are hearing, know that we are seeing, know that we are talking, and know that we are knowing. And maybe by that, during that time, the picture will dissolve. So that's all for today. Please choose your room, go into your room so we can make it clearer. Tomorrow we're going to have the formula of the good cause plus favorable condition equals desirable outcome. With that formula, we're going to be able to sort this out. Okay, I think that's it. We're finished. She stopped. Very sweet. She's got this beautiful face.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Ron.
Thank you so much, Colleen, for your translation today. It was great, and I appreciate it. And for Kohami, thank you for your help. I appreciate that. And with Ty Frank recording everything every day, it helps me catch up on things and re-listen to things and learn more. I appreciate that. And also, Koan, thank you for all your help as well, and to all my house members. I appreciate all of you in my house, and I enjoy learning this knowledge together. Thank you.
Just so that we can mention their names a lot, then you hear it, because you hear Trang, you hear Frank, and you hear myself at Go Me, but you don't hear Gemma, and also Sun E. Sun E's not here, Rachel. So that I want to say their names a lot, so then eventually you will remember them.
Yes.
So it's not your fault for not, knowing, because they don't appear on screen. They're working behind the scenes.
I don't. I know he's in the background there too. So yes.
Thấu watches everything, reads everything that we say in the group, and he sometimes sends me messages acknowledging the work that we are doing. So I really appreciate him for overlooking and also pointing us in the right direction, because we don't know. And sometimes I do those things and it's not correct, and then so he's there watching us and telling us. We also have Tan Thuy. Thuy is also Tan Thuy. You can see there, she's not a member of our house, but she is a member of the supporting team. So thank you, Thuy, for being here, and you've been quite consistent. Let me see who else. Sun E is Rachel. So we've got Rachel's Gemma. Tan Thuy doesn't have an English name. Tan Thuy, if you have an English name, please let us know. Syria. Okay, so Syria, like Siri. So Syria is Tan Thuy. So then we've got a few, and then my name is Lynn. I don't have an English name. So let's see all the numbers so that when you do, acknowledge, you remember. We have, so Thầy Thống, myself, that's 2. Cô Hoài My, Cô An, that's 4. And then we have Cô Xuân Ý and Cô Gemma, that's 6. And then we have Syria, 7. And then we have Frank, 8. So we have 8 supporters who are quite regular. So who are quite, here. Then for our house in particular, we have a supporter called Cô Chiu. Cô Chiu is a supporter of our house in terms of, like each house has 3 supporters, which is our house, Thầy Thống, myself, and Cô Chiu. But also the supporters of this room, again, Cô Hoài My, so myself, Cô Linh, Thầy Frank, Cô Hoài My, Cô An Trang, Cô Xuân Ý, Cô Gemma, and now Cô Syria, 7. Plus Cô Chiu, 8. All right. So So there, thank you, Kuhami, for writing it up. If you want to, you can take that down. You know, that will help us because we don't see each other on screen. Yeah. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the house. Yeah, this is today. It's a great topic, so let's talk more in there and help each other out, like Gofu said. Oh yeah, there's a breakout room. Do you want to go to the breakout room or go to our normal link?
Sure.
Which one, Ron? You direct us. Where do you want to go?
Breakout room.
Okay, then I'll just create it now.
Yeah.
You got it? Open all rooms. Yeah, so
That way everybody.
yeah, I'll wait here and I'll move people in there if we need to. So 14, 15, yep. See you in there. Bye-bye. Okay. Go, Donna. Bye-bye. See you later, Donna. In the room. I just gotta stay out here to make sure that I move people in there. Luan, where are you? Go inside. Go to the breakout room. And Bin. Hien. Okay, I'll move them. Maybe Luan's like chasing after his child. What's going on, Donna? Donna's gone? Okay. Unable to move. Luan in there. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go in there and then I'll see whether I can help from there.
Hello, I can't move in. Sorry, Colin. Thank you, everyone.